Hello everyone, welcome back to the Mule channel. My name is Colton, and today's video is going to be different from other videos I've done. This is going to be about astrology. We're going to talk today about Cancer, because I'm a Cancer, so I can give you a lot of information on how Cancer thinks, especially a Cancer man, how they think, what they're good at, why they do what they do, and it's going to be a pretty personal video because I'm going to tell you about myself, and I've got some notes, but I'll let you know I'm not an expert. I've not read tons of books on astrology. I don't watch hundreds of videos on astrology. I'm aware of astrology because I've been interested in it for about the last 15 years. I'm 31, born June 25th. So I'm a Cancer, just barely by, I guess, 5 days. It starts June 20th and goes to July 22nd. So I am a Cancer. I would say I have traits in Gemini, though, as well. We'll talk about that. But I give you some personal information on who I am and what you can expect from a Cancer man, because they're very interesting. People think they're very mysterious, and we will go over that in a minute. So I'm not an expert on this. Almost all my opinions are based off of being very aware. I'm very aware of people around me. I've had a job for 13 years and I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of people, maybe even 1,000 people. So I really understand like how people behave and common traits in people that I've worked with over the years, even in different companies, different age groups of people. If they're a Taurus, you know, they all act as kind of the same as Taurus. If they're a Pisces, they end up being a lot like a Pisces. It's quite amazing how astrology works, that your sign really dictates your personality. Obviously, your own interactions will change maybe who you are, or like if you're stressed out or if you're depressed or something. But astrology is really just the foundation of who someone is. Your own personal experiences will determine if you're outgoing, if you've got guards up, if you're you're supposed to be outgoing but you're not because you're feeling depressed or stressed out. You've had bad interactions with the opposite sex or something, or whatever sex you're interested in, that you're attracted to. So maybe you can have negative effects on you, and it can change you kind of who you are. But for astrology, you're really who your sign says you are. That's really your foundation, and it's up to you individually to grow on your foundation and grow into something amazing. That's on you entirely. And we'll go over some interesting facts about Cancer, about celebrities who are Cancer, because there's some wild differences. I mean, like Elon Musk is a Cancer, but so is Robin Williams. You know, you wouldn't think that those two people are the same. Like Elon Musk is very quiet, kind of minds his own business, while Robin Williams was a comedian, right? We got Tom Cruise in there, as well as Nikola Tesla. You know, Tom Cruise is very different than Nikola Tesla. Tom Cruise is very charismatic, outgoing. Tesla, obviously, he died a long time ago, but Tesla was more like Elon Musk, where he was like a quiet guy who was brilliant. Now, is Tom Cruise quiet and brilliant? Sure, but he's more like Gemini. I wouldn't be surprised if Tom Cruise's birthday was more towards the Gemini side. So like so for Cancer, it starts June 20th. So if you're born like June 22nd, you're gonna have some Gemini traits that might kind of overrule some of your Cancer traits. So having Tom Cruise and Selena Gomez, you know, people who have some charisma and kind of you think are more outgoing, being the same sign as Robin Williams, Tom Hanks, Elon Musk, Lana Del Rey. I mean, there's a lot of different kind of personalities in there. So I want to first talk about celebrities that are Cancer. I just named some, but I want to compare like Elon Musk to Robin Williams. So Elon Musk, as somebody I follow on social media, he's a brilliant guy, obviously. He's the owner of Tesla company, making cars, making vehicles, and sending people into space as well. So Elon Musk is a billionaire and he's absolutely brilliant guy. He's very quiet, he kind of minds his own business, and he's very kind of eccentric as well. And that's interesting because his birthday is June 28th, and my birthday is June 25th. And I think I have some things in common with Elon Musk. Obviously, I'm not as brilliant as he is. I am not a billionaire. I'm never going to be. But being quiet and being smart and being kind of hardworking behind the scenes is kind of what Cancer is about. So Elon Musk is very much a Cancer, but he's also, being June 28th, he's kind of more in the middle of the birthday, of the June 20th to July 22nd kind of realm there. He's kind of in the middle. So he's very different than Robin Williams. Robin Williams was a guy who was very charismatic, very funny, very outgoing, so would say a lot of weird stuff, but it was funny. It was like kind of Jim Carrey, like Ace Ventura kind of body humor, and kind of like really funny guy. His birthday is July 21, so he's right at the end of Cancer. So he's more like a Leo, right? He's got more Leo traits than Cancer, really, because he's at the end of Cancer. But you could also make the case that Robin Williams is still a stereotypical Cancer because he was kind of a sensitive guy. He's kind of mind his own business. He wasn't like really out there in terms of like charity work or anything like that. Just a guy kind of minded his own business, made amazing movies, and was stand-up comedy and stuff like that. But him being at the end towards Leo makes more sense to me. But it's just interesting that he's like very different from Elon Musk, right? Robin Williams is even very different from Tom Cruise. So within the time frame, right, June 20th to July 22nd, there's a lot of different types of men that can be, and men and women who can be Cancer. But I'm going to tell you kind of about myself and the traits I have for Cancer. So some traits of a Cancer man in general, let's say their birthday was like in the middle of the time frame. They'd be somebody who's behind, and it's kind of the same for men and women. I'm going to talk more about the men's side because I'm a man, so I can vouch for this. They're more like behind the scenes workers. They work hard, but they're not going to work hard for like 10 hours straight. Like they're going to work a couple hours, and then they're going to eat, and then they're going to work a couple hours and eat because they love food. Cancers always have a round face, just like mine. They love food. They are very hardworking, but they have to take breaks, right? And most of them are pretty introverted. Actually, they're not outgoing. They're not extroverted. You're not going to see them at the club. That's not who they are. They're like that soft, kind of sensitive guy behind the scenes who doesn't want to be known, doesn't want to be on the front, really, doesn't want to be a store manager, doesn't want to be like someone right in the front of what's going on, such as, let's say, a flight attendant or something. Like something that's going to, like at the front lines, they're not the frontline person. They're behind the scenes. They're the engineer who made the plane. That's what a Cancer does. They're hardworking, and smart, but they're like behind the scenes workers. You're not going to find them on the front line. That's not to say that they don't have leadership skills, because as we can see with Elon Musk, Cancers do have a lot of leadership skills. But it's not what you think it is, right? It's not like yelling at people and being like that motivational person, like a football coach or something, or a hockey coach. You're going to be someone really behind the scenes, kind of working with people individually. They're very organized. They love to plan. I don't go anywhere without planning. Like I don't just get up and go to the mall. Like there's a plan in place, and there's always a plan in place. So that's what a Cancer man thinks. Cancer women are a little different. We'll get there in a second. But yeah, Cancer men, they're not really leaders, but at the same time, they're not followers either. They're not going to follow the mob. They're not going to do what everyone says that they should do. They're going to do what they believe in. and that might be taking charge, that might not be taking charge. It depends on what they believe. But Cancers can definitely be entrepreneurs. That would be a very good job for them because they care a lot about what they own. These are some people who are very secure and they want security. They're the ones who live in large houses with gated fences with cameras. That's where Cancer is feeling secure. And with a family, like they really want the security of their family. They care a lot about their wife and kids, and they want them to be successful, and they want them to be secure and safe as well. If you're in America and you can buy guns as the Second Amendment, I'm going to guess a lot of Cancers have guns because not because they want to hurt other people. It's for self-defense, right? They're a crab, right? They want to defend themselves. They want to defend their family. So I would say a lot of Cancers would be pro Second Amendment if you live in the States. And yeah, it's your typical. So Cancer man is like your typical like 1960s husband, the guy who works 40-50 hours a year or 40-50 hours a week, making over $50,000 a year, being successful, bringing home the bacon, as they used to say. He's the stereotypical father who wants security and safety of their family. And was going to bring home that big paycheck and, wants a couple kids, wants to be married, wants that security, wants their own family. That's what a Cancer man is. So with the Cancer female, they're kind of similar. I think they're kind of different though, because men and women are different, right? They're not the same. They don't have the same bodies. They don't have the same genetics. They don't have the same athleticism. They don't have the same. It's not the same. Men and women are different. Women in general, like Cancer women in general, are generally the same as Cancer men. But what they say about Cancer women is that, sorry, my cat. What they say about Cancer women is in public, they're very ladylike. But in private, they're not as ladylike. Yeah, that's my cat, of course. He ruins every video. So women are in... So Alfred, honey here. Sit. So Cancer women in public look very ladylike. They're not going to dress trashy. They're not going to... they're probably not going to be doing drugs or anything weird, Anything that somebody would say is weird or bad. There's no red flags with Cancer women, especially perception. So perception is that they're like, very ladylike in public, but behind the scenes, they're usually more adventurous, let's say, in the bedroom, in a relationship. They're not quite as ladylike in private. So they're like... I have two examples of celebrities that are Cancer: Selena Gomez and Lana Del Rey. These are two women that are more softer, sensitive. They're not brash, outgoing. They don't have tattoos everywhere. They don't have piercings everywhere. These are more like down to earth, normal women. Usually Christian or just kind of. You would think that they're not crazy, right? These women aren't crazy. Again, they're not necessarily leaders. They're not going to be yelling at people, rah speeches and stuff. They're more like a follower than a Cancer man, but they're not like crazy on following. Like they'll be a follower because of peer pressure or something. They're not really followers either, really, but they'll cave more into following and being part of the mob than a Cancer man would be. But they're on the softer side. They're not gonna have tattoos or piercings or anything. They're gonna be kind of more normal, I guess. Like going back again to like the 1950s, the woman's at home, she's the housewife, while the guy brings home the salary and does the physical labor and stuff. That's kind of what, if a Cancer and a Cancer were in a marriage together, that's kind of what it would be. Like the guy would be your stereotypical boomer guy from the 1960s who worked hard and brought home the money, worked 50 hours a week, while the woman was like your housewife who took care of the kids and did the laundry and cleaning, and maybe she had a garden or something. That's kind of the stereotypical relationship. Obviously, it's 2020, and rent is high, costs are high. She probably, in 2020, she's gonna have to have a job, right? Let's say your household income was 100,000. A guy makes X amount, the woman makes X amount. That's kind of like the modern day relationship, right? But back in the day, it was more simple. The guy brought home the money, and the woman was the housewife. But things have changed, right? It's 2020. Cancer woman probably wants her own career and wants to be successful as well, but she's a mother, though. She's like motherly and he's fatherly, so that's kind of the relationship. That's why Cancer and Cancer works so well as a relationship. Works so well as a relationship because it's that father and mother bond, and they both are great with kids. He wants security and she also wants security, but she's obviously the mother, so she has more motherly instincts. She's going to take care of the kids. She's going to raise them. They both want security. They both going to have guard dog or something. Like, they both want security for their family, but she's going to be more motherly and be interested in doing all that mother stuff that mothers do. So let's move on to relationships. So I talked about Cancer. That's kind of like your I have it written down as stereotypical 1950s relationship, or like standard man, standard husband, standard wife kind of stuff. The other three I have listed is Cancer Scorpio, Cancer Taurus, and Cancer Leo. I'm going to tell you them from a man's perspective because I'm not a woman. I'm not going to say I know what a woman thinks. So I'm just going to go over from a Cancer man's point of view. So for relationship, Cancer and a Scorpio. So a Cancer man is like, as we've said, is like softer, sensitive, not on the front lines, more behind the scenes. Their perfect job would be like an engineer on an airplane. That would be like, or an engineer creating airplanes. That's kind of like the perfect job for a Cancer, or like a video game developer, or someone behind the scenes that isn't interacting with the public as much. So that's kind of what they're doing, and Cancers are known to have kind of a mysteriousness to them as well. Scorpio is completely different. They're both water signs. Pisces is also a water sign. I wouldn't recommend that as a relationship though, because Pisces. Okay, we'll get that in a sec. Let's just talk about the Scorpio. So Scorpio, like a Scorpio woman, is very sexy, very attractive. They have piercings, they have tattoos, maybe they have like a lip piercing or like excessive ear piercings or something. And but they don't dress grungy though. They like dress like they dress feminine though. So that's what a Cancer likes. A Cancer man loves a woman who's feminine. She's got long hair, she's got big beautiful eyes, her makeup's done well every day. Maybe she's got a nice body. And Scorpios tend to have those things. So I can tell you firsthand experience. I've been attracted to many Scorpio women over the years, at work, school, or whatever. And I'm guessing there's even women I don't even know that are Scorpio that I'm attracted to that are Scorpio, because a Cancer man thinks that a Scorpio is so attractive. And they're attractive because they're not crazy. They're not insane, usually. Scorpio women tend to be like, They tend to be aggressive, but they're still a water sign, so they're still like down to earth and normal, but they're still aggressive, and they look, again, they have the piercings, they have like a tattoo. Maybe a modern Scorpio woman would have like maybe a tattoo sleeve. She's got a lot of attitude. That's something that interests the Cancer, because that's not what a Cancer is, right? It's like a yin and yang, question mark, exclamation point. They're similar, but they're different, right? They go well together. A Cancer is more sensitive than the Scorpio, but the Scorpio is more kind of aggressive and stands out. They really stand out, and they're hardworking. They're opinionated. They're interesting. And Scorpio Cancer has a very high success rate in relationships. So does the Scorpio. I can tell you that from firsthand experience. And Cancer thinks the Scorpio is very attractive. Oh my God, my cat is insane. It's, as far as I'm concerned, it's basically a perfect match. I don't know how much better relationships can be than a Cancer and a Scorpio. It's like a perfect match. Absolute perfect match if you're a Cancer man and a female Scorpio. Let's move on to Cancer man and female Taurus. So a female Taurus is different than a Scorpio woman. A female Taurus is going to have more of a rounder body. We're talking about a bull, right? A Taurus is a bull. And it doesn't mean that they're overweight, doesn't mean that they're fat. It just means that they have thick thighs, thick hips, and that's something that interests a Cancer. Cancer is going to think a Taurus is very sexy, very voluptuous, round body. That's very attractive in 2020. Female bodies that guys like has kind of changed over the years. And in 2020, men like girls with a nice ass and a nice wide hips with a smaller waist. And that's from Taurus women I've met and worked with and stuff. I think that totally fits the bill of what a Taurus is. Their sign is a bull. Cancer is a crab. I would say it's a recommended relationship because a female Taurus, they do have a soft side as well, but they're not as soft as some other signs. Cancer does like signs that are kind of the opposite of them. That interests them, right? It's something different. Cancer knows who they are. They're kind of softer, sensitive and stuff. They're not necessarily interested in somebody who's the same as them. They want somebody who is different, but not too different. Like, you still have to be in the same ballpark. Taurus women are beautiful. They're pretty smart. They do have a temper sometimes, but Cancer, I haven't said this yet, but Cancers are very calm people. They calm other people down. So that's why a Cancer and a Taurus is a good relationship, because if the Taurus does get insane, which they can be because they have a temper, they're a bull, they see red, they go crazy, a Cancer can calm them down. Especially an older Cancer, like a 30, 40-year-old Cancer man who seen some shit, he knows what's going on. He can totally calm a Taurus woman down. Or really any sign. I wouldn't recommend a fire sign like a Aries and a Cancer. That doesn't work. Taurus works because they're more down to earth and normal. Again, this is all my opinions. If you don't like my opinions, you can let me know in the comments why you don't like what I'm saying. But Cancers are definitely attracted to Taurus women. One of the big things that they have in common is that they both love food. So Taurus loves food. It's partly why they have some extra pounds on them. It's not a bad thing. But they both love food. Cancer loves to eat food, and Taurus love to make food. So there you go. You got a great relationship there of just eating. Oh, my cat's in the video now. So yeah, they have things in common. They both like food. Cancer thinks that Taurus is very attractive with they're busty. They have bigger butts. They have bigger thighs, bigger hips. That's something that interests the Cancer. So yeah, that's the relationship I would recommend. Cancer and Leo, Cancer man and a female Leo. Personally, so this is from a guy's point of view. Personally, I don't like Leo men, so I don't know how that would work with a Leo man and a female Cancer. I don't think that relationship would work at all. So a Cancer man and female Leo. Okay, the thing about a Leo is that, so female lions are the ones who do the hunting, actually. And male lions are, think of like Lion King. The male lions just, they're all about their hair, right? They're all about their mane. They want to sit at the top of the jungle and be the king. The problem is that male lions don't really do anything. They don't hunt. They're not hardworking. They're just kind of there, right? Like they're like a figurehead almost. Whereas the female lion is the one doing the hunting. She's the one who's wants to get shit done. She's go, like hardworking woman who wants to feed for their provide for their family. And if she has kids, if she doesn't have kids, she still lives life in the fast lane, right? She's gonna be somebody who like goes for jogs, does yoga, plays soccer or something active, like something moving around. They have to move. They're not, if you say baseball, like would a female Leo be interested in baseball? I would say no, because there's not enough moving around, right? They have to move around. They have to move. They like the Energizer Bunny. They have so much energy. I would say like a sport like soccer would be perfect for a female Leo. Like if you had a 5-year-old girl who was a female Leo, I would be putting them into soccer, or introducing them to skateboarding or something that's on the go. Because female Leo, which I really respect, is somebody who's on the go, constantly wanting to better themselves, wanting to learn new things. They're outgoing. They're very outgoing and energetic, want to get shit done. I would not recommend like an office job for a female Leo. Like they have to be doing work, like physical work. And like female Leo women tend to be very attractive, very fit, because they're moving, right? They got 15,000 steps every day. Like they're constantly moving. They're constantly in shape and fit and attractive. And in 2020, that's what guys are attracted to, are women who are fit. Maybe like, toned body and a 27-inch waist or something. That would be like something a Leo would have, a female Leo. So there's an attraction there. Cancer man really respects the Leo woman, that she's hardworking. She wants to provide for her family. She wants to have her own career. She wants to be active. She wants to, she'd be aggressive, right? They tend to be pretty aggressive and outgoing. They'll be the first ones asking you questions or asking questions about things, right? They want to learn. They want to be better. Like think of it like they're actually a lion, like a female lion. They're the ones to do the hunting, right? Like that's kind of what a female Leo does. Like very, very outgoing and interesting to a Cancer. And I think a female Leo would be interested in a Cancer man, as he is softer, kind of behind the scenes. Like he'll be the strong man at home, while she's also strong but does things in her own way. Like, they won't really clash too much, I don't think. That's those are my 4 recommended relationships for a Cancer man. Cancer, Cancer, Scorpio, Cancer, Taurus, Cancer, Leo. We were talking earlier about Pisces. So Cancer and Pisces are water signs, and they get along very well. but I would say it's more of a friendly relationship. I think a Cancer would think that a Pisces is a little too much of an airhead, and they're not like, I don't know, they're not hardworking enough, or like they don't impress the Cancer enough to really be in a relationship with them. Cancer will enjoy talking to them. Cancer Pisces will enjoy talking to them and being their friend and being friendly with each other at work. But Pisces can be hardworking, but I mean, like, they don't impress a Cancer the way another Cancer does, a Scorpio, a Taurus, a Leo. Cancer and Pisces aren't a match in terms of a relationship. They're a match in terms of friendliness, if you want to be their friend. You're a Cancer and you have this Pisces, someone's a Pisces at work, you're going to get along with them if you talk to them for an hour. It's going to be instant connection in terms of friendliness. I wouldn't not recommend a relationship, though. I just don't think that there's enough there in terms of impressing them and being, attractive enough as well. Relationships are very much about attraction, especially in 2020. There's so much divorcing going on and relationships that don't last very long. I believe in astrology so much that I would use it to find out who I would be dating. Like, that's how much I believe in astrology. I probably wouldn't date any woman who isn't the 4 signs that I've listed, like Cancer, Scorpio, Taurus, or Leo. I would not date any woman who aren't those 4 signs. Some people might not like that. You can let me know in the comments if you're not those 4 signs. But the reality is, those are the 4 signs that impress me as a Cancer man. And I think I'll just leave this video on some personal advice. So I'm not perfect. I'm not 50 years old and I've seen everything that ever I could possibly see in my life. Like, I'm not that old, right? You can probably tell by the way I look. I'm not that old, but I'm pretty wise. And I can tell you that if you want to be successful, which I've been so far, if you want to be successful, it's all about personal self-accountability. What are you doing to be better? What are you doing to make the people around you better? And having people around you who are negative and always crying and whining probably doesn't help you at all. All it does is bring you down to their level. The goal of society should be to bring people up with positivity, with logic, following, in your country that you're watching this in, following your constitution, following what rights people are supposed to be having, and not infringing on other people's rights. But I really want to talk about self-accountability. What are you doing? Everybody wants to blame someone else for the bad things happening in your life, or why you make minimum wage, or whatever your issue is. But the reality is, it's about self-accountability. What have you done to impress the people at work? What have you done to impress your bosses? That's how you get ahead, right? That's how you get full-time jobs. That's how you impress people at your full-time job. Then you can get a manager job. Then you can get a better manager job. And you can keep going up that social economic ladder to the top where you can be a CEO, right? Obviously, there's not that many of those positions available in the world. But if you're at least going up that ladder of success, then you can you can be more successful. And that brings you up. That brings up your husband or wife and your kids, right? And if you're successful, and then it's most likely that your kids are going to be successful. That's not a guarantee. Maybe you're not a good parent. I don't know. But it's self-accountability. Like, if you have kids, and it's up to you to be a great parent and raise your kid to be successful. It's up to you individually to get a great job so you can have the money to buy what you want to buy and support whatever cause you want to support and donate or do whatever you want to do. But it's all up to self-accountability. You shouldn't be blaming other people. In Canada and the United States, where most people are probably watching this video, things aren't as bad as people say it is. Everyone has the ability to be successful, but it's up to you individually to be successful and to make people in your family successful by helping them, or whatever. You have kids, it's up to you to raise your kids properly. It's up to you to help raise their kids properly so you can have generational wealth, have generations of people being successful in your family. You can't bring up everybody. Somebody has to be at the bottom, unfortunately, in this society we live in. But if you have self-accountability, you don't do drugs, you don't do anything, excessive smoking, excessive drinking. If you don't do any bad shit, then you're probably going to be at least have a good life, at least, at least. Everyone's not super successful. Everyone's not like super smart, super athletic. Obviously everyone's different. But if you just have personal self-accountability and you look in the mirror every day and you're happy with who you are, and you want to make a difference in the world, you want to convince people who are in the dumps that things can be better, then that's something you should be doing, right? You should never blame your failures on other people. It's the system why I'm not successful. It's the system why I'm not a manager. It's they gave this job to someone else. It's what did you? My cat is biting my feet. What did you do to what did you do to impress your bosses? What did you do to make sure that you're the next person in line to be promoted? Like, it's all on you. It's all on you. If you're not happy with what you look like, it's up to you to change it. If you're not happy with how people perceive you to be, then you need to change people's perception. Improve your looks, improve your style, improve how you talk to people. Read books and become more educated. There's a bookstore in every city on earth. If you can't go to your bookstore and look at books how you can be better, then that's your fault. Everything is your fault. If something doesn't work, you married somebody you shouldn't have married, that's your fault. And it's self-accountability. If you just make solid decisions, you cut out people who want to destroy, or people who are negative, who want to destroy your life or other people's lives, you just cut them out of your life, and you can be more successful than if you have these people around. So that's my advice, and that's the video. It's probably a long video. Wow, it's probably a 40-minute video. Thank you for watching this video about Cancer. Let me know in the comments if you agree with what I'm saying on this. If not, you can comment wherever you want to comment. Like the video, dislike the video, I don't care. Please subscribe to the channel. I'll be making more videos like this about other signs. I can talk exclusively about Cancer because that's what I am, but I plan on making other videos, especially about the signs I'm really knowledgeable about. And check out my other videos. And thank you for liking the video or disliking. Please subscribe, and we will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.